Guys, my my little mics are charging. I will wear them tomorrow so you don't hear background noise and it sounds a lot better. And obviously there are a total of 4 parts to this book, which is part 1 is emotions, part 2 is experiences, part 3 is beliefs, and part 4 is help. And I'm obviously going through part 1, which is all the emotions. So let's get into the first one. The second one, sorry. To read when you are feeling anxious. Hey, I'm sorry to hear that you are feeling anxious right now. It isn't a nice feeling at all. I know from experience. Maybe you are feeling anxious because of something that has happened or might happen. Maybe you have no idea why you are feeling this way but are struggling to calm your mind. But the first thing I want you to know is that anxiety is temporary. This feeling will pass, so stay with me. First, slow down your breathing. Try and breathe in while you count to 4 in your head. Hold for 7 and then breathe out for 8. The box breathing method, which I really like and use. Focus on your breath and keep doing this until you are breathing slowly and calmly. There is a popular tool that I was taught for dealing with anxiety. It's called the 5-4-3-2-1 method, and I want you to give it a go with me. First, notice the 5 things that you can see, then 4 things that you can touch, one of them being this book. 3 things that you can hear, 2 things you can smell, 1 thing that you can taste. It might seem like a weird thing to ask you to do this, but this tool can really help ground you and help your mind to know that right now, in this moment, you are safe. All you need to focus on is the present and nothing else. You can't change what has happened and you don't know the future. When you are feeling anxious, one of the best things you can do is simply be in the moment. My friend Genevieve Mora, the co-founder of Voices of Hope, struggled a lot with anxiety as a teenager and has learned a lot about it. I have asked her to write to you as someone who has lived through it herself and understands how you might be feeling. Remember, anxiety is not bigger than you. It will not take you out. You are strong, you are brave, you can do this 1 minute at a time. You have this, Jazz. Hey you, I wanted to start by saying that anxiety is something I know all too well. I remember first feeling anxious at the age of 10, and to this day it's still something I experience, although to a much lesser degree. That feeling in the pit of your stomach, the rush that goes through your body, your mind racing a million miles an hour, the sweaty palms, shaky legs. I know what it's like, so let me start by saying you are not alone. I learned a lot through my journey and I would love to share with you the things that helped me the most when I was struggling, in the hope that it will help you too. Positive mantras. I found it helpful to repeat these things to myself in moments of angst. Anxiety is temporary. I cannot be hurt. Thoughts are not reality, and I would repeat those over and over again in order to calm myself down. Sharing the load. In the moments when I was feeling anxious, telling someone I trusted how I was feeling meant that I could be supported through that moment. Having someone, in my case my mum, sit with me and encourage me to use my coping skills, what seemed a scary situation what seemed like a scary situation less scary. 5-4-3-2-1. I totally agree with Jazz said above. This is a technique I use a lot in order to ground myself, help myself focus on the present. Number 4, I learnt that in order to overcome anxiety, I had to face it This meant sitting with the unbearable feeling you and I know all too well until it passed. Through the process, I was reminded time and time again that it always does pass. Sometimes it could take a little longer to fade, but it always did. Trust me on this. Yes, anxiety is uncomfortable to feel and experience, but I also know it's possible to get through these moments, and you do too, because you have got through it before. Be kind to yourself. You will be okay. Breathe in, breathe out. You've got this, Jen. And maybe in a separate video at some point, it's got tips and anxiety. Yeah, like the tips and anxiety tips and tools, which I might go over in another separate video that I might do at some point. So tomorrow I'll be reading To Read When You're Feeling Guilty. So that's tomorrow's one. I love this book. But yeah. So I hope you enjoyed that. Took me several takes. But yeah. Hope you enjoy, guys.